What if I told you the true cost of the Iran war isn't $25 billion, but could skyrocket to $100 billion or even $1 trillion? And what if you are already paying for it every single month? Today, we break down the shocking claims, political clashes, and the hidden price of a war that's shaking the world. Asterisk, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, has made a bold accusation. The Pentagon is lying. According to him, the U.S. government is drastically underreporting the cost of the war. Official U.S. estimate, $25 billion, Iran's claim. Closer to $100 billion and rising fast. That's a massive gap, but it doesn't stop there. He also claims American families are quietly paying up to $500 per month due to rising costs tied to the conflict. Asterisk, it's not just missiles and military operations. Hidden costs include damage to U.S. bases after Iranian strikes, replacement of destroyed aircraft and weapons, long-term care for injured soldiers, reconstruction of military infrastructure. Even reports from CNN suggest key expenses may not be included in official figures. Experts warn, at peak intensity, the war could cost $2 billion per day long-term. Up to $1 trillion, asterisk? This war isn't just happening over there. It's affecting the entire world. The Strait of Hormuz, a critical oil route, is partially shut. Oil prices are rising globally, inflation pressures are increasing, and the human cost. Over 3,300 lives lost in Iran, official figures. Daily missile and drone exchanges, a fragile ceasefire hanging by a thread, asterisk, back in Washington. Tensions are exploding. Senator Bernie Sanders is asking a powerful question. Why is there always money for war, but not for housing, education, or working families? He has repeatedly pushed to end U.S. military aid to Israel, gaining increasing support in Congress. First vote, 11 supporters, then 18, then 27 now, 40 votes. Over 80% of Democrats. That's a major political shift. Asterisk, in a tense congressional hearing, lawmakers pressed officials for answers. What is the real total cost of the war? How much has been spent on weapons and damages? What is the economic impact on Americans? But answers were unclear. Officials stuck to the $25 billion figure, while critics argued costs of gas and food are rising. Taxpayers are footing the bill. No clear analysis has been done. One estimate claimed the economic impact could reach $631 billion, around $5,000 per year per American household. That's not pocket change, that's a serious burden. Asterisk supporters argue, stopping Iran from becoming a nuclear power is worth any cost, critics say. The government doesn't even know the true price, so how can they justify it? This raises a deeper question. What is the cost of security, and who should pay for its asterisk? So here's the reality. The official number says $25 billion. Critics say it's already much higher. Experts warn it could reach $1 trillion. And the truth.
The new weapons and replacements, and including the damage there, that's your testimony?
If there's adjustments to that, I would defer to the comptroller on that.
And how much are you seeing in terms of, are you asking in terms of supplemental funding just for the Iran mission from this committee?
If and when a supplemental is submitted, the majority of it would not just be for,
what would be the ballpark for Iran?
Munitions related to the entirety
Just
of what we
number,
want to get done.
A number, what would you submit?
It would be within on Iran, it would be less than $25 billion, but there's a lot more we would ask for beyond just Iran.
You're saying it's $25 billion. Okay, I would just, if you come back, you want to revise those numbers, because all the experts are disagreeing with you when it comes to today's dollars and damage, but you can revise it. How much did it cost American taxpayers in terms of the strike to the Iranian school where kids were killed? Do you have that number in terms of the missiles we used?
As I've said, that unfortunate situation remains under investigation.
You don't know how much it costs the taxpayer?
But I wouldn't tie a cost to that, to anything.
It's a reasonable question, no, sir? I mean, our taxpayer money was going there. Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war?
I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear bomb.
I'm going to give you that opportunity.
I would simply ask you what you're playing gotcha questions about domestic things. I'm not.
You're saying it's a gotcha question to ask what it's going to be in terms of the increased
Why
cost
won't
of
you
gas
answer what it costs to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb?
I give you that, sir. But let me.
What would it cost? What would you pay to ensure Iran doesn't get a nuclear bomb? What would you pay?
I reclaim my time. Do you not know? You had no one do the analysis of what the increased cost of gas and food on the American people are going to be?
What is the cost of Iran holding that strait at issue with nuclear weapons?
It's $631 billion, which means it's an increase of $5,000 a year for American households. Now, let me give you this point. You're saying that your operation is preventing a nuclear Iran. Will you acknowledge that there is an economic cost to the American people for doing what you believe is necessary to make Iran denuclear? Will you acknowledge the economic cost?
We have an incredible economic team that's managing this better than what the previous administration did to our economy, what the previous administration did with inflation, what the previous administration did with COVID, and you're going to lecture this administration about the economy?
You know what is upsetting?
Incredible.
You didn't even do the analysis on how much it's costing the American people. It's one thing if you said, okay, it costs the American people $5,000, but we think it's worth it. That's what we've done in World War II and other wars. Here's what it costs. You got to pay for it. You don't even know what the average American is paying. You don't know what we paid in terms of the missiles that hit the Iranian school. You don't know what we're paying in terms of gas. You don't know what we're paying in terms of food. Your 25 billion number is totally off. It's the incompetence. It's the incompetence. Let me ask you this. Certainly, maybe here we'll find agreement. There was still 440 pounds of low-enriched uranium, correct, when President Obama, after the JCPOA? Is that accurate?
The amounts and types are classified.
Okay. Will you acknowledge that there were 970 pounds of uranium enriched after Trump tore up the JCPOA?